Boob afternoon, breasties. We're going to learn how to learn today. Today we're going to be going over my new learning process for fighting games. As many of you know, I've been getting Tekken coaching recently, and it's helped me a lot. I've realized kind of how I best learn fighting games and like the most efficient way for me to put that stuff into practice. This is just a quick couple of steps. I think there's 4 in total that I have to go over. Real simple stuff here. We're just going to go over them back to back to back to back. You guys should be able to get out of here real quick, and maybe you guys can advance your game plan a little bit faster. First step is real easy. You got to find the thing that you want to learn. So recently I have been trying to hone in on Kunimitsu's like basic combo, like the stuff that gets rid of the wall. So I am going to set my opponent to... I did the wrong one again. This is the one thing about me. I need to learn how to use the trading mode better. But so, if I set Kazuya here, whoops. If I set Kazuya here to get counter hit, I get the combo, right? So that's step 1. I already know how to do that. But you guys have to figure out what you want to learn. As soon as you know how to learn, or know what you want to learn, you just gotta kind of do it. Just do it a few times. Set it up. Make sure that you know what's going on. You gotta kind of get a feel for it, you know? It took me a minute to figure out Tekken's kind of flow for how the buttons work, right? It'll probably take you the same amount of time as well. For any game, you know? Street Fighter has a strange cancel system. Gears timing can be kind of odd. If you're playing like Grand Blue, you got to get used to the slower movement. There's all kinds of things that you're going to have to adapt to based on the game that you're playing. So that's step 1. Step 2, I think, is to know how to use training mode for it. So like I said, I set up Kazuya to get counter hit. But I had to know how to use training mode to get to that. So you are going to need to get used to the settings in your training mode, whatever game it's for, to figure out what you need to do. You know, I needed to set it to player counter so that I counter hit Kazuya, not the other way around. That's so that Kazuya counter hits me. You need to figure out the best way to get your training mode to work for what you need it to do. And once you do that, it'll be easier to practice other things. So I've been trying to practice this grab with Kunimitsu, right? That's only gonna work in certain situations. Like, you have to do it off of like this, and you have to follow up after the I forget what the name of the actual name of the dash, but it's this dash. You have to be quite particular with the timing. So get used to that. And then once you are, you know, you can do all kinds of stuff. Like, I need to practice my back turn stuff. So I can just back turn here, throw Kazuya, but I need to figure out how to get into back turn. So I can do this string that sets me into back turn, and then I can set up the training mode to let me back turn throw him. Or, if I want to try to, you know, after a hit or a block, I set him to... So if after a hit, I set Kazuya to punish, and then I set his punish to just his fast, high attack, which in this case is just standing 1. So, now it should... There we go! So now, I have to figure out the timing for this, and see if I'm gonna get counter hit or not. No. In fact, that still works through his fast punish, and I can counter hit grab him instead. You can do all kinds of stuff with this. You can set the punishment to be whatever you want. So if I set it to be, I don't know, his power crush. So if I want to try to jab him again, I know that this beats his power crush. But the back turn stab move Doesn't. So, if I think he's gonna go for a power crush, I can just jab him like this repeatedly, and then go into the other string if I want to. Or, if I think he's not gonna do... Or if, like, I know he's gonna do that, I can hit him with this instead, which gets me more damage. But I can't go for this, because the power crush is gonna beat me. And that's something that you now know, because you know how to use your training mode better. The next step in all of this is to kind of get your feet wet a little bit. If you are practicing some kind of new setup, new combo, maybe just trying to get better at using a button, you don't always have to just jump into ranked or whatever to get the feel that you might need for that. So what I want you to try to do, and I've been doing this a lot more recently. If you've been watching my Dragon Ball streams, I've been doing this quite a bit there. You set the training mode dummy to a CPU, and you can set it to whatever difficulty you want. I'm going to set Kazuya to medium, just because that's the basic one. And then we're just going to play, you know? And then, depending on... I'm gonna see what kind of punishments I can get. But because you're in training mode, you can reset it anytime if you don't think it's gonna work for you. So you can just safely do this here. And then you can play against the computer however you want. And maybe you'll find some new, you know, interactions that you weren't expecting before. And you can do this against every character in the game, which I highly recommend. There's going to be a lot of characters that you're not going to know how they work until you play against them, and then, like, you can test against them like this from the safety of training mode, if you're one of those people that cares about losing rank points. Highly recommend this. The next step that I suggest taking, after you've gotten comfortable, you figured out what you want to try, and you've gotten better at practicing it against an opponent that's going to do, you know, kind of some random stuff, I suggest taking that into an actual game against somebody else. It can be, you know, in the ranked queue, it can be in the casual queue, it can be, like, against people in a Discord that you're in. Just take it against another person who is going to play like a human being. Because computers, you know, they can read your inputs, they're gonna play kind of randomly. You want to play it against, like, somebody with flesh and blood. So, however you want to do it, practice against another person. I am gonna hop into ranked real quick. We're gonna play maybe a set. I'm gonna try to practice a couple of things that I've been meaning to do. One of which is get better at my punishes. And I need to use more lows. Lows on kunimitsu really open people up, and I have not been very good about using them. So, we're going to try a couple of those things. Look for punishes, and then try to use more lows. On this, my sword I Clive is a character that I can kind of take advantage of with the lows. And he's a character that I can't really parry that well because of his weapon. So this will have to force me to be a little bit better about my stuff. Oh shit. Oh, Ramu got me. Okay. Come here, you. Okay. Oh, fuck. I thought that would connect. Nice. Alright. Okay. I kind of had to do that, otherwise we were going to run out of key. Nice. Got him. Okay.
Final round. Fight.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, there's the... Okay. Oh, he broke me. Oh, nice. Okay. Nice. Got him. Got him.
You win.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Okay. So we got him with the lows. And I just need to practice the punishes a little more. Nice! Got him. Nice! Got him. Woo! Okay. Oh shit. Oh, nice. Ah, damn, he got me. Shit. I could have had that one too. I could have had that one too. Got him. Okay. Get him out of here. Nice. Okay, so that works. Alright, sure. Okay. Ow. Okay. Nice. Got him. Oh shit. Oh no, the low. Oh, nice. Caught him as he was standing back up. Oh no. He caught me with the mid. Damn it. Ah, he caught me with the mid. I tried to crouch. I thought he was going to go for the low. Damn. That was a good set. That was a really good set. That was actually a crazy good set. Okay, so even though I lost, I learned a lot. And you can do the same. You can do a lot just by playing, acknowledging what you did right and what you did wrong. Like, I think I did pretty well there. You know, the Clive knew, kind of was able to read my patterns a little bit better. Then I was able to react to what he was doing. And honestly, I think this Clive played really well. So, that's something that you can do too. And now on to the final step. The last thing that I suggest trying is going over your replays. You can learn a lot from a lot of replays in most games. I would say that looking over your replays, kind of watching your gameplay, will help you kind of assess what you did right and what you did wrong. It's kind of hard to sometimes for a lot of people it's hard to assess what you did well and what you didn't in certain situations. Importantly, I recommend this for Tekken because Tekken has replay takeover and specifically gives you tips about certain like punishes and things during the replay. So if I show you this, there will sometimes be something that pops up when I block something or I get hit by something. Here is important. So this one tells you, if you didn't know, that certain moves, you know, you can duck under them. So this move from Jin here can be ducked and then you can punish it after you evade it. Not every game is going to have features like this, but they're important for the games that do have them. I highly recommend that if you are playing a game that has features like this, such as Tekken 8, I believe Street Fighter 6 also has replay takeover of some kind. Oh, and here we go. So this is a recommended punishment. So if I try to... Hold on, I have to remember how to do this. So if I hit train here... It'll... I'm fucking it up. There we go. So it shows you how to punish that and what to punish it with. So this one, for that button, is punished by 4-2, which can then be done into the command grab, which is really fun. I think that's like super interesting. And then if you, if you do it correctly, you do get a hit, and then you get the throw. So, there's a lot of cool things that these replays can show you. This is just one thing that I wanted to go over. I played a couple of sets with Greg Crow here, and he fucking beat my ass. But I learned quite a bit about, higher level Jins, how they play, and how, I should play against them. And I think that's important. So, going over your replays can help you a lot. I hope this was helpful to you in some way. I've learned a lot about myself and how I get better at practicing and learning fighting games over the last couple of weeks. This process here, while, maybe a little slow to some people, they're not just doing whatever they want. This process works for me, and it might work for you as well. Maybe give it a shot, Practice your thing in training mode. Play against the CPU a bit. Run into ranked. And then whether you win or lose, check your replays and see what you can work on. If you really want to improve your game at anything, really, whether it be Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, Tekken, Dragon Ball, Grand Blue, fucking Valorant, whatever, practice a little bit. You can get there. If I could climb from nothing to Fujin since Kunimitsu released, which is like, I don't know, a couple of weeks, you can do it too. I believe in you. If you want to support me, you can check out the Ko-fi and the Patreon links in the description below. Join my lovely patrons in supporting me. I will see you guys next time. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.